Hey everyone out there, here is our back where we finished our final prep and stripping, getting everything done, including the paint job. We do indeed have a car driven off of the trailer with its flag still up, and at the Jefferson County Fair we did get a first place trophy. Our first one. It's kind of bummed they used the cheap flag, so once we hit interstate the flag ripped off. I always thought, driving on your trailer at the end with your flag still up, that's something I've never done, so that was kind of neat, driving out of the pits and onto the trailer. Kind of a strange run. If anyone has any interest, you watch the videos I post. I post all the videos of the derbies I go to, including the ones I run in. I usually have my wife and my brother, if he's able to go, just record and try to keep me in the frame. First hit, didn't even hit hard. There was 22 cars in the pit, so we were suicide. They super duper soaked it before. I was a little bummed. For like 10 minutes almost, they soaked the whole pit. And I'm like, we're all stock, and then there's a lot of us, so it's already going to be hard to maneuver. And they super soaked it. But after the first hit, put it in drive, and the RPMs were fluttered. And I was so defeated. I was like, oh no, already? Like, we just started. See, your paint job still held up there. So as this kept going, and there's Sis popping in. What you need, babe? All right, Sis popped in, had a question or tell me about something. But yeah, as soon as I got in the throttle, the RPMs were fluttered, and I was like, oh my goodness. And it just kept doing. I couldn't figure out why. I'd put it in neutral, rev the RPMs up as high as I could, dump it in gear, and then it'd flutter. I thought maybe my transmission, I duped the lines up front, maybe that popped out and the gears just, it's messed up. I don't know. And I was like, man, I'm going to be out quick. So, it's chaos in there and everybody's flying around, slipping and sliding. Pop the hood. And it just kept running. And it ran all the way to the end and up on the trailer with its flag still up, which is kind of funny. Arguably the worst running derby car in the mud that I've run is the one that I ended up winning with. But up front, you can see, didn't do anything to the core support, radiator, nothing. I mean, it was so muddy, even toward the end, whenever I was just trying to hit anything I could, get enough traction that I could move, as I was like a low RPM. And, bent up, a couple guys got me a little bit there, didn't even crease the rebar. But yeah, she just kept running, and she ran all the way to our first win. So super excited about that. Got it off the trailer to pull it in here. It's about to rain the day after. And I got on the throttle hard, and it's still fluttering, but it's not as bad as it was. So I don't know. I really wish I knew more about cars. I'll talk with a couple guys I know, see if there's something maybe that comes to their mind. But see, just a little bit. I mean, again, I was a stock tank. That wire I was nervous about, right there, your kind of power cord gone to the fuel cell. It's so far back in this car, it moved a little, but I looked underneath, it wasn't damaged. Didn't come close to the tank or even the rear axles. It bent in a little. As I said, I not only couldn't get big speed on runs, not only because of the car, but also the mud. Nobody else really could because of how muddy it was and how many cars there were. The SMW bolted-in battery tank works phenomenal. Oh, it's so good. And then there's our marine gel battery. Said it ran, I don't know, 20 odd minutes in the derby. I turned it off, got out, talked to a couple guys, fired right up, and there's just a seat cushion I jam in around it. Does not move. So yeah, a little bit of an odd feeling, like super excited. Last car running, first place, our first one. But at the same time, dare I say, a little disappointed in the car that it, couldn't really put on much of a show. I said I tried everything to get it to rev up more, but it just wouldn't do it. So we'll see. This girl's story's not yet written. See, I didn't even pop the tires. Got pressed a little bit on the side. That was a big tire there that came on it. And then this is off of a Fusion. Not quite all the way snug because the center cap at the last part in the Fusion isn't as big as the Buick LaCrosse here, but she got on there. Still had some fun, had some friends and family there, including my wife and kids, so that was cool. We got to celebrate with them, so we'll see. But there she is, our first win ever in the stock class. A dozen or so derbies in here. Good stuff. We'll see what we can get her to do with another run, perhaps.